Welcome, everybody, to the R&R Catcast, a fan-based podcast focusing on Montana State athletics. We're two dudes named Ryan from the state of Washington talking about our dear Montana State. We hope you enjoy. All right, welcome back, Bobcat fans. Thanks for joining us on another episode of the R&R Catcast. I'm one of your hosts, Ryan Foley. I got my full crew, Ryan Thornburg and Zach Levere. We are, you sons of guns. We're
full throat tonight. Full of vim.
Just stroking the vim.
Stroking the vim over here.
Where were you in your ad read? Go, continue.
Yeah, I think we are the R&R, the Montana State affiliate of the Big Sky Podcast Network. And we have a sweet sponsor, the Bobcat Collective. If you haven't heard about them, and if you're passionate about supporting Bobcat athletes, visit bobcatcollective.com today to learn more and sign up to be a member for as low as $25 a month. Membership supports student athletes and provide great perks for members, including exclusive access to events, behind-the-scenes content, and more. Again, go ahead and visit bobcatcollective.com today to learn more and tell them that R&R sent you. We're happy to support the Bobcat Collective. I know I am. I'm a monthly supporter. And so good stuff going on over there. If we want to keep our players in the off season, that's the way we can keep our players. Not that the off season is coming right now, fellas. I didn't mean to say that, but
no,
we want to support our players to keep them around.
Yes, and support our sponsor.
Yeah.
Look at you. You did it.
All righty. Guys are making foul gestures on the video cameras when I'm reading the ads.
Hey, I'm at full vim right now. Full 100% vim. I got to do it. Feeling good, man.
There was a pill called Vim. I just took it.
You don't need a prescription.
Rock hard Vim tonight.
Tone it down. Tone it down. There's children listening. Probably.
All right.
According to the analytics, though, not very many children listen.
Okay, well, we were coming off a quarterfinal win against Stephen F. Austin. We did not do the instant reaction show. Thorny was gung-ho on it. Guys, ready? And I was out.
I was about to do it myself again.
You should have, man. You need to dip your toe into that land for one episode at least. Zach has done it. He's done a brick ball by himself.
I feel like every time that I don't have permission to do it by myself.
You have full permission.
You have permission
from the others.
You have been signed off to do it.
Okay.
So we're coming off that win. We're going to get into that. It's a little show rundown. We have some news. We have an All-American team that came out, and we are a little bit confused on if it's legit or not. We'll talk about that. We're going to go over the FCS rundown last week. So they're the quarterfinal matchups because we didn't get to the IR. We'll do the presser and Coach Vegan's attire, the fashion watch. We'll get into the stats on the game that just happened and the game recap. And then we're going to talk about a little game called Cat Griz 2.0. What did you guys call it? Super Brawl?
Super Brawl.
The Super Brawl.
Which I like.
Such a good name.
Super Brawl.
It works, man. It's good.
Okay. So we'll play Name That Cat afterwards in Levere's Locks and some golden coolies they're just flowing in like the salmon of Capistrano. It's great. But first, let's talk about what's in our golden coolies.
What's in your golden coolie?
What's in your golden coolie is brought to you by Wilbur Ellis. Go see Shea Ritter and Company up in Fort Benton for your farming and fertilizer needs. So I actually went to the store to pick out a beer for this specific episode. I felt like I had to do something special for this. And I was feeling seasonal today. So I bought a Samuel Smith's Winter Welcome Ale. It's got a whole bunch of holiday stuff going on there. Some Yuletide bringings there. So it's a new beer, new beginnings, because This is uncharted territory, so I'm drinking an uncharted beer.
I think we know I like my Scotch ales. No cold smokes tonight, fellas. I work at the airport.
Yep.
Our glorious sponsor in Madison River Brewing got a Copper John Scotch ale. We're drinking local tonight. We're drinking Gallatin beer. It's pretty good. I've had my first couple sips. Good caramel flavor. Got a recommendation by a couple guys at work saying, what should I go get there tonight? The Copper John.
I thought I was going to be in a pickle tonight. I had to take my son to baseball practice and basketball practice back to back. Got home at 8, and I had a Perry Street Amber in a growler, and it was gone when I got home. It wasn't a full growler, so I assume my wife took it down, and I was like, oh no, what am I going to do? So I went out to the garage fridge, and I forgot that my buddy Evan brought me a couple beers for my birthday last week. And so I have the Tao of Manny. It is a collaboration between Freem and Georgetown. So it's a West Coast IPA. And I have no clue what it is, but it's delicious. It's 7%. It's kind of boozy, but it's pretty good. And I want to go straight to a Golden Coolie question right now from Bitterroot.
I have it up right now. I was just going to read it if you didn't see it.
Go for it. Why don't you do that?
All right, I got it. We now know the significance of the hashtag No Pale Ale campaign. Did you know that, Cat, you're Ryan Foley truly, beverages prior to our final game of each year, 2018, Pale Ale, 19, 21, and 22, all IPAs, and 23 and 24, Pale Ales. Two-part question. Should hashtag No Pale Ales include IPAs moving forward? And 2, if there is an IPA tonight, should you start the episode over?
So I'm going to say to Mike that I've been drinking IPAs almost exclusively this year.
Especially once you were banned from pale ales, you switched over to the IPAs.
Yeah.
I'll allow it. How about you, Zach? The court.
Yeah.
The R&R court.
You know what?
The majority.
Curses are meant to be broken.
I don't think it's a curse. I think this has been smooth sailing for us as far as my beer drinking. I have made a concerted effort to stay away from the pale ales, to my chagrin. And I also have a backup Coors Light. So whatever bad juju an IPA might bring, which there hasn't been any yet, according to Mike, in 2021 and 2022, 19, those were the last beers I drank before the final game. It's hard, man. It is. Like, there's only so many types of beers out there. And if you're living in the West Coast of the United States, or the western half of the United States, IPAs are typically some of the most prevalent beers in your market.
Most available.
There's only so many ambers you can get out there and switch them up. I love an amber. We know that. There's not many.
That's fair. I do have a Bozone amber in my backup.
Nice, man.
So
that's a great backup.
I think it's a solid backup. That's only going to help propel us to victory.
You got 2 of those Copper Johns over there?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe I picked up a 6-pack today.
Maybe 3.
Maybe he's already drank 2 of them before we hit the record button.
We'll keep it in check tonight.
All right. Well, let's get right into the news. Let's talk about the somewhat questionable FCS All-American team.
Yeah, and of course, I don't have it pulled up now for some inexplicable reason. It is from the FCS Football Central, which I think was rebranded from the Blue Bloods, which was a guy named Zach McKinnell's kind of baby. He kind of came out of nowhere a couple years ago, and he kind of linked up with Craig Haley, and I think he's kind of taken it to a good place. He does a show with Craig Haley every week too, I think, but I don't know about this FCS Football Central thing. It's hosted on SI.com. But anyway, Montana State lands Titan Fleischman on the first team, Caden Dowler on the first team defense. On second team defense, we have Kenny Iden, the fourth. On the third team offense, we have Julius Juice Davis. And finally, on third team defense, we have Paul Brott, who has no cool nickname or anything. Paul Bunyan brought would be a good one.
Your second Iden's the fourth. I thought he was the third.
I think he's the fourth.
Says IV.
Yeah.
Misread that one. All right. How many?
Congratulations.
How many of these lists come out in the next couple weeks?
I don't know. Everyone and their mom tries to do a little FCS thing. It seems a couple people have tried over the years. I always thought it was like Craig Haley and Stats Perform that kind of did the official lists, but there's more than one FCS or one FBS All-American list, isn't there?
Well, I'm sure there is.
So it is what it is. It's still cool recognition. I've seen a lot of teams pumping it out on social media today from all across FCS landscape. Everyone's kind of pumping the things out. So, it's good to have recognition for the guys. Like somebody thought, our players were good enough to put on a little list here. So take it. Who would you have on our All-American team? Who do you think is an All-American on the Bobcats? I think they got the list pretty correct.
Yeah.
I love Justin Lamson. I don't think he's one of the top 3 quarterbacks in the country, statistically anyway.
Yeah, but you're the quarterback of one of the quarterfinal or semifinal teams.
So is Bo Brungard. Youngstown State was first team. Second team would be Taryn Dickens from Western Carolina. I think he had an insane season. He had one of the highest completion percentages in the history of NCAA.
He had a game that he was 30 for 30.
Yeah. He had a ridiculous. They weren't a very good team. And I think he's already in the portal and gone, possibly. And then third team would be Chris Parson, Austin P. Well, there's 3 quarterbacks on the third team. How many quarterbacks are we talking here? I might have to change my answer. First team offense, yeah, oh my gosh. Bo Brungard and Cole Payton. I have no problem with that. Second team, we got Taryn Dickens and Khalil Ayat. Mm-hmm. Second team quarterbacks right there. And then third team, there's 3 on the third team. Chris Parson, Austin P., Devin Farrell, Rhode Island, and DJ Williams from Southern Illinois. You telling me that Justin Lamson's not better than one of those 3 guys? That I don't know if I agree with. But and on the flip side, I'm a little surprised to see Davis as the third team running back. He's not even our leading rusher, is he? Does Davis have more yards than Jones?
I don't know, but they're within a carry of each other.
That's something picked up from the presser today.
We learned that today.
But yeah, I think Lamson I would put him on a third team All-American list if we're talking, 7 quarterbacks?
No Taco Dollar. Although
Taco, he hasn't had a good year statistically as a wide receiver.
Or a punt returner.
Yeah.
As he did last year.
He started off hot and kind of faded. In terms of putting up numbers to be a All-American.
Yeah.
In that context. Yeah, the wide receiving core just isn't, just doesn't put up big numbers in the Montana State system. Well, other than that, I don't see anyone else I would put on the list, I don't think. Gotta pump my guy Lamson, though.
Thought that might have been a little snub. So, there you go. All right.
Anything else in the news before we move on?
Coach Vegan's not going to Washington State. Kirby Moore, brother of Kellen Moore, took that job.
Oh, is it really?
News.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
From Prosser, Washington.
He's from Prosser? That's pretty cool. Yeah. Little town Prosser. All right. Well, let's get into the vegan fashion watch.
And now, Bobcat fans, it's time for F&F Fashion Watch, brought to you by Foley and Fisher, the only 2 that seem to really care what Brent Vegan is wearing at his press conference.
Thank you, Russell. Coach wore his heathered blue plaid tweed sport coat, a white press shirt, and a dark navy tie. No pocket square, no baloney.
Now that just sounds classic.
We've seen this outfit before.
Yep.
I turned on the presser and the first thing I thought is, I've seen this outfit. This is a business outfit. Yep. No couch cushion this week. All business.
I don't know if I could identify a rewear of a press conference. Maybe that because we're it's a segment we do. I might pay a little bit more attention, but I could watch the same guy 1,000 times and not realize he's wearing the same outfit. Because I don't care.
I think Coach has about 5 sport coats he rotates in this, and a couple different shirts.
Solid.
Yeah.
This would be good off-season math. Like, find the analytics. Like, how often does each sports coat appear during the season?
We could do some combinations and permutations on his outfits.
Yeah. That's the next evolution of our stats in terms of what helps us win. What combinations does Vegan wear and wins? Is there a combination that results in a loss? Does he wear the same tie every time we lose? These things matter.
What's really kind of
thing
cool to me is how much people enjoy the Vegan fashion watch. it's like it's
taken off.
The next thing, I wish you were on social media, because I'm not going to do this because I don't care and have the time to do it. But you've seen those like memes. Well, maybe you haven't fully, but it's like Own the Fit. They'll show a picture and then they'll like zoom in on all the pieces of it and where you can buy it and how much it cost.
Yes, I've seen that.
I think that'd be pretty good for Vegan. I think it'd be pretty funny if someone was able to do that. Like, this tie, you can purchase this here and it costs $70.
I want somebody in the crowd, one of the students, to bring a sign that says, "Where's the pocket square?"
Like a "Where's the beef?" Where's the pocket square?
Where's the pocket square? That'd be sick. I'd be so happy. That'd be awesome. Maybe Roger Fisher could bring.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Roger.
That seems like a Roger Fisher thing.
Yeah,
a sign guy. I think he's got something better cooked up for the Grizz though than pocket square. I hope.
Hey, Zach, what did you take from the presser today?
He mentioned we've played Big Sky teams in the playoffs before, but not this close together. Sounds like we're a pretty healthy team, and we're for, again, the theme of opportunity, an opportunity to play in front of our fans. Coach said the only thing that was guaranteed from winning the first Brawl was the opportunity to have the second game at home. So I took away that, they're excited, they're ready to roll. Good opponent, Stephen F. Austin, but we know where the focus is.
They're excited about the game, not only for just the game itself, but what it could lead to the second game after that, the national championship. So they haven't lost sight of that. He says they have to make tone-setting plays in this game. That needs to be a must for them. And just a random fact that I gleaned from the presser: 5 out of the last 6 years, we've made it to the semifinals.
Yep.
That's pretty impressive.
It's, you take into account where we are, it's impressive. This run has been amazing.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of the Miracle in Missoula today, and it recaps a lot of the history that is the streak and whatnot. There was some really lean years, and to see Montana State at its spot on the national landscape right now, man, it's not lost on this guy, I'll tell you that. And Thorny, cat's out of the bag. He's going to Bozeman this weekend.
Woo!
I can't make it. And I say this every week when we talk about it, because I think when you're there, you just expect it. So you get a little bit spoiled. But when you get to taste it every now and then, and so sweet when you're in Bobcat Stadium, it is such a great atmosphere. I can't wait for you to see it again, Thorny, because you just drink it in and straight vim to your veins, man. And you just get intoxicated instantly. It's amazing.
I can tell you, when I spent that entire 2022 season deployed, I was itching. Yeah. Like, you're just like, the whole time I was like listening to you guys doing when I was over there, and I was just like, man, I just want to be back for one game. It's a special place.
You just get to be around your brothers and your sisters, the Bobcat fans. And I miss that so stinking much. Just being around the Bobcat faithful. You just like have a kindred spirit with them, and you just feel at home.
Man, that's really one of the reasons we started the podcast, is to continue to feel connected.
Yeah.
In the way that we can't. remotely anymore. It helps us feel connected to the program and interacting with other Bobcat fans. It's been a big joy of doing this podcast.
How about this, fellas? 19 home games in 2 seasons.
That seems like a lot.
It's a lot of home games.
Is this our 10th home game?
This is our 10th.
That's pretty awesome.
So
don't take it for granted. Good times don't last forever. And I'm gonna take it in when I'm there, man. I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm really excited to go back to Bozeman and hang out and go around downtown Bozeman on Friday night and get some breakfast at one of my favorite spots, maybe on Saturday. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just gonna enjoy it. So if anyone wants to hang out or anything, reach out to me on Twitter, Celtic Moose.
Bloody Marys will be consumed.
Yeah, where are you starting at? You just gonna tailgate right away?
I think I'm gonna head to tailgate at like 9:30, 10.
That's a solid plan.
Like I think I'm gonna do 2 to 3 solid hours of tailgating.
Is it 2:00?
Yes.
It's the 2 p.m. kick?
Yes.
I'm going to be full throat by 2.
I'm going to be in the stadium an hour before that game kicks. Maybe earlier. I like to feel the momentum and the energy begin to build as people like flow in. And I think that thing's going to be packed like 25 minutes prior to kick.
Do you want to go down on the field?
Yes.
For the run out?
That was my plan. I think I was going to spend the first quarter with you. And we'll do that.
Sounds good. All right.
I kind of I like to make a plan in my head and adjust it as the game's going.
Correct. There's no wrong way to do it.
No. If you see 2 bearded white guys chest bumping on the sideline after we score, it'll be those 2.
Man. I would love it if the camera somehow caught you and I chest bumping. That'd be amazing.
Just making Foley jealous.
I won't be jealous. I'll be celebrating it with you. I'll be chest bumping my 11-year-old over here. I'll tell you.
If you happen to be watching at that moment, anyway.
We all know this is going to be a hard game for Ryan Foley.
A lot of walks.
It's going to be a lot of Foley walks.
We need to set a Foley walk counter for this game too. I'm going to put that as part of Levere's locks.
Just track me on GPS, see where I'm at. Watch me going around.
Do you have a watch? Can you share your steps?
Set up a Strava account so people can follow your live Strava.
I could do that. I mean, I'm a runner. I have an account, but
I know you do.
The less
I didn't know you do, better. But I know you do because you're a runner.
The less you know, it is better for me. All right. Well,
tracking your location's a step too far. Is that what I'm hearing?
It's been, It's a nervous energy that I have trouble harnessing for sure.
Nothing wrong with that, man. Plenty of people can't watch in big moments. People turn their heads away or, they can't watch a field goal. It's the same concept. You just take it to the extreme and leave the entire premises.
Yeah.
But it's just an extension of that kind of, I can't watch. I can't bear to watch kind of.
It's a very normal, emotion, actually.
Yes.
It doesn't make me less of a fan. I have to go back and consume everything twice over afterwards.
No one said
it's not to say I'm not watching it. It's just there's certain times when I have to duck out because
it makes it annoying trying to do an instant reaction with you when I'm I missed half the game. So I can't do it right now. Yeah. So let me watch the game. Bruh, I'm ready. Anyway.
All right. Yeah. Now that we've thrown Mr. Foley underneath the bus, so let's continue on.
Do yourself under the bus.
Let's do them stats.
Well, we want to talk about the other playoff games real quick here.
Oh yeah,
squeeze those in.
Yeah.
What happened on the other side of the bracket? I mean, we all know what happened in Missoula. We don't even need to talk about that. Everyone knows. Everyone was paying attention to that one. I mean, everyone knows everything that's going to be said here anyway. But the surprising game to me, I guess there's 2 surprises on the other side. Villanova taking down Tarleton State after going down 14-0 extremely fast. Tarleton State scored on a 1-play 80-yard bomb, I think.
Then blocked a field goal.
And then blocked a punt. And then got the ball back, and it was 2 plays later, and it was 14-0 before anyone knew what happened. And that was a theme throughout this first round of playoffs. Is the home team kind of raced off to the start, and then sometimes the away team kind of battled back, and sometimes they got boat raced. But Villanova battled back, and I watched Villanova last week, and I watched a lot of this game. They're a good football team.
Yeah.
Villanova's they're a sound football team. I don't know if they have the most elite talent left in the tournament, but They got a fast running back and a quarterback who can make plays with his feet. He's a tough kid, and he can make a lot of good plays. So Nova's going to be a tough out for Illinois State.
And they get to host that game.
And they get to host that game now, which is
crazy
bonkers.
As the 12 seed.
And there's going to be all 2,500 people there in Philly are going to be just ecstatic.
Would it be cheaper to book a plane ticket to Philadelphia, get a hotel, and go to the Villanova Illinois State game and go to the post?
Compared to what I'm seeing on the resale market, yes, it would be cheaper.
What are you seeing right now? What kind of prices are you seeing?
So I don't think it's ridiculous right now, but I don't, not everyone has their tickets yet. So whatever's on there is like, what even is it? But there's like $500, $800 tickets.
Lowest is $736 at the moment.
Maybe it's because someone bought the $500 one, which I'm sorry if you did. But goodness. But the tickets just got released today, so I don't know.
Yeah,
if how much of that is accurate. Do people, even season ticket holders, even have it in their like possession to resell yet?
Not sure. I'm sure there's some,
but we'll see what happens leading up to the game. But yeah, it's a little ridiculous right now.
Yeah.
Zach, how many people are going to be there?
I mean, it's going to be an attendance record, I think.
Yeah, it has to be.
24,000.
I don't think we can get to
20. I don't. Man.
What is our record?
It's like 22
something, right? Yeah.
I think
Can we get to 23?
I think we do get to 23.
23,007.
How many people can they put in that standing room only?
Can they get on top of the BAC?
Well, the scoreboard's in the way, so I don't know if it would do you.
Whatever, charge them $100.
Could they bring some like side bleachers in that standing room only, that right between?
I had that thought too, like putting like some scaffolding bleachers, but that's like a quick turnaround.
Yeah. Well,
were there
money influx into the amount of money in that stadium is not going to be a problem.
No.
And they're going to pack it to the gills. It's going to be a raucous environment. And it was announced that the season ticket holders pretty much gobbled up any remaining tickets. So it should be mostly Bobcat fans.
Yeah.
So that is the exciting part. They did a good job of limiting it to Bobcat fans. So I think we're going to have a huge home field advantage. And I want to talk more about that later because I think Grizz fans are being pretty dismissive of the home field advantage the Bobcats do possess.
Yeah.
We'll get to that later.
Anyway.
I have some things to say on that. Anyway, Illinois State beat UC Davis.
In a
to come back to the thing we were talking about.
Wacky game because Illinois State raced out to a big lead. UC Davis clawed back, and then they ran out of gas, and Illinois State buried them.
Davis sees what it's like to play against a Valley team in the playoffs.
Death, taxes, and California teams not showing up in the playoffs.
I do think a full-strength Davis team is a whole different ballgame.
100%.
You missing both the Connors brothers, a whole bunch of guys. They only have like 55 active players or whatever.
That being said, we know how hard it is to win on the road, like in the playoffs.
I mean, Illinois State just did something way easier or way harder than going to Davis and winning.
Beat Fargo.
You see this once in a while. There's like a road team that just comes out of nowhere. Like when they've got two of them this year, Nova and freaking Illinois State just coming on. Just marching on the road and doing their thing, and now Nova gets rewarded for a home game.
Illinois is like a F5 tornado, just wreck and shop everywhere they go right now.
And their quarterback's still throwing interceptions all over the place, and they're still winning football games. That's because he also makes amazing throws. Like he's an interesting quarterback.
It's the Jameis Winston of the FCS.
Yeah, a little bit. Tommy Rittenhouse. He had 266 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. I think he threw 5 against the Bison.
Yeah, he did.
But he makes some good throws. So
crazy.
He has a short memory, clearly. You do want that in a quarterback.
Nobody had Illinois State Villanova in the semifinals.
No. Nobody on the planet would have picked that.
That's crazy.
Even if you're a Nova fan and you picked Nova to win the national championship, you probably didn't pick Illinois State to be your opponent. And then vice versa. If you're an Illinois State fan, you're not like, oh yeah, Nova's going to make it all the way to the semis.
By the way, I think
the
that's
4,
awesome.
The 5, and the 8 are all gone.
Just proving why the playoff format is awesome.
Yeah.
And it's been a while since we've had some parity.
Yeah.
But that's why you continue to have the games. That's why you continue to have the teams that you every once in a while you're like, this team has no business being in the playoff field, but that's why you put them in though.
Look at Yale.
Yeah, look at Yale.
All right.
Okay, that's all I got on the playoff side of the bracket. A lot of people are saying the FCS National Championship is being played in Bozeman on Saturday. I'm not sure I agree with that.
There was a... We'll get to that in the Golden
Still
Coolie
Nashville,
segment.
turns out.
Yeah, still Nashville, not Bozeman.
Yep. All right. The stats. Stats sponsored by Pronghorn Wealth. If you haven't looked at the stats on your company's 401k since the last time the Griz won in Bozeman, reach out.
That was mine.
I knew it was going to be. I didn't even need to consult you.
It's been a decade.
Reach out to Kendall at Pronghorn Wealth to benchmark your current plan fees. Visit pronghornwealth.com today to get started. I mean, that's an obvious low-hanging fruit one right there. It's been a long time since they won in Bozeman, boys.
It has indeed.
They're very cocky about being able to do it pretty easily. I listened to the Grizz fan pod. Oh, no, shit. We're talking about Stephen F. Austin. All right. Anyway, Stephen F. Austin. We'll get to this stuff later.
Wait a second. What did they say? I didn't listen to the GFP. What did they say?
We'll talk about later fully.
No, I want to.
This is going to derail us completely. Montana State wins against Stephen F. Austin 44-28. The Bobcats amassed 25 first downs to Stephen F. Austin's 22. The Cats go 4 of 9 on third down and 0 of 0 on fourth down. No fourth down attempts for the Cats in this one. The Lumberjacks end up with 7 of 15 on third down. So, again, we are kind of now hitting below our season averages 3 games in a row on third down defense. And fourth down, the Jacks were 1 of 2. The Cats, 473 yards of total offense, 246 through the air on a very efficient day, a 20 of 26 for 9.5 yards per pass with 1 interception thrown, and 227 on the ground, 42 attempts for 5.4 yards per carry. SFA ended up with 344 total yards, 242 of them being through the air on 26 of 43 passing for 5.6 yards per pass, also with an interception thrown, and 102 yards on the ground for 29 carries for 3.5 yards per carry. And we'll get into some of this later. I have some thoughts on this right already, but this is the one that just kills me. 12 penalties for 100 yards. 12 penalties, 100 yards taken off the field. You went backwards 100 yards. That's bonkers. Stephen F. Austin was penalized 7 times, but only for 37 yards. 3 total turnovers lost by Stephen F. Austin, which is what were the 3? I know there's the interception. They fumbled it twice. Kenny Iden had the sack. Strip sack. What was the other one?
So Iden had 2 of them. So he first offensive possession for Stephen F. Austin when they were going down in the red zone. That was number 1.
Yep.
And then he came around it was that one that was almost a forward pass.
Oh, that's
Williams
right.
picked
Yes,
it up.
the one that, quite frankly, should have been an incomplete pass in my humble opinion. Anyway,
I'm glad the lefts let it play out.
they should have let it play out, but
I'm glad they did.
the review to me was like, "Ooh, that's." I'd be pissed if I was a Bobcat fan. That went the other direction.
I mean, that went against us
I'd be
against
screaming.
New Mexico. Remember the one Tommy had?
Yes, I do. 35 minutes and 28 time possession for the Cats, 24-32 for the Jacks. You came in right at the end there. I know you went away for a second, Zach.
Oh, yeah.
Just finished the team stats because I was asking what were the turnovers. I couldn't remember 2 of the fumbles. Well, I couldn't remember 1 of the fumbles. Excuse me.
All right. In the red zone, Stephen F. Austin was 4 for 4. And Montana State
Not
was
ideal.
7 for 9.
We were in the red zone 9 times.
We kneeled it on the last one, didn't we?
Yeah.
One of them was a
and then
kneel
we
and
threw
one
an
was the pick.
interception when we were in the other one.
Bobby Houck would have scored a touchdown.
Well, we're not dicks.
You know, kind of juxtapose that from last week when we were in the red zone 2 times.
Dig through those hand. We were only in the red zone 2 times last week.
Yeah.
We only scored 21 points.
Ugh. Yes, I forgot. I already flushed that from my brain. I'm like, what are we even talking about? Oh, yeah, Yale. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Field
reached
goals.
it.
Just another team stat before we get into individuals. Lumberjacks 0 for 0. Montana State 3 for 3. We'll give props to Miles Sandstead here in a moment. Jump up to the top of the list, though. Justin Lamson had a rebound of a day, 20 for 26. 246 yards, 2 touchdowns. He threw an interception. He had 12 carries for 16 yards with a touchdown. So he counted for 3 touchdowns himself. Nice job, Justin.
He was
Adam
surgical.
Jones. Yeah.
He had like great bounce back day. Don't want to just glaze over that real quick. He was surgical. He threw balls into tight windows. He made plays happen.
He didn't disappear, and that was one of my biggest concerns for this game. After he had such a lackluster game against Yale, his fight and fortitude, man, I love Justin Lamson. Like, that guy, let's go.
Mm-hmm. I could gush on Lamson for a whole segment.
Adam Jones. As much as Adam Jones left some desire early on, he has been such a stud lately. 9 for 114, 2 touchdowns on the ground, five catches for 46 yards, 1 touchdown in the air. Well done, buddy. Juice Davis, 17 for 96, had a touchdown called back on a ticky-tack. Peace out call. Let the players play. Dane Steele, 3 catches for 68. Taco Dallard, 3 for 38. Rocky Lencioni had 2 for 29. Leuven Valson. Hey, how about Leuven's? With a schlep out, he's had a chance to kind of get into the lineup. He was 1 for 1 for a touchdown. I think that's pretty cool because he was a guy at the very beginning of the season. If you go back and listen to our season preview, I was thinking he's going to be a breakout player.
We're both high on him.
Mm-hmm.
I think
he will get his. He will get his, but maybe just not this year.
He is one for the future.
He's a Curtis Amos kind of guy to me.
Ooh, there's a name. I like that. Jump over to defensive side of the ball. Caden Dallard had 8 solo tackles, leading the team. He had a half tackle for a loss and an interception for 37 yards. Zach, is that 5 games in a row now?
I believe that's 5 in a row.
Yeah. Wow.
6 picks in 5 games.
And we'll talk about that pick here in a moment because I have a thought on that. Taki Yu had 3 solo, 6 total. Cole Taylor, Great Falls finest. 3 solo, 6 total.
I'm glad you're not abusing the belt because you get to lose privileges, but you're cool with it. You're cool with it.
Can we
certain
just rename
times,
the pod just the Cole Taylor Great Falls Finest fan club?
Yeah, it's almost like a Pavlov with his bell and the dog salivating. I just want to ring it at certain times that when it's coming. So there you go. Brian Meredith, 4 solo, 5 total. Awesome day for Brian. Alec Eckert had 3 solo, 5 total, half tackle for a loss.
Eckert had a good game.
Yeah. Unsung hero on the defensive line right there.
Yeah, he really is. He really is.
Takari Carr, he had a half tackle for a loss. He had 4 total tackles. He had a half sack and a pass breakup. Good job, Takari. Tatum Gray, who is going to be fine and coming back this week. He had a half tackle for a loss, and he had 4 total. Carson Williams had a fumble return for 27 yards and 2 pass breakups. That's pretty cool. Zach Cruz, my man, 3 total. 1.5 tackles for a loss, 1.5 sacks. Those are the same number. And he had a forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery. And Kenneth Iden. Oh, man. Woo. He had 3 total tackles, but he had his 3 tackles were all tackles for a loss, 2 forced fumbles. He forced 2 fumbles. And so that's all of his stats right there. Awesome game by Kenneth Iden. he was a man possessed on the outside. He
was a
absolutely
wrecking
owned that
ball.
left tackle.
Yeah. I didn't see a chance.
He was waltzing with that left tackle. He was spinning him, just coming around. It was just wreck and shop for Vidlac. I loved it.
He had a great quote after the game in the press conference where, because he graduated earlier that day. And he said, he goes, today was great. It was all about me.
Yeah, I saw that. Gosh, there's some guys that feel like they're in the program forever. And Kenny Iden felt like he was here for like a minute.
I wish he was here for 2 minutes.
How did his career go by so fast? It's bonkers to me.
Yeah.
Legendary Bobcat.
Absolutely.
And a guy we kind of gloss over, but I want to give major props to is Miles Sandstead.
Yeah.
We haven't been talking enough about him.
Yeah, that's why I
He's
want
been
to bring him
so
up.
solid, man.
So he went 5 for 5 on his PATs. And so, go back to the very beginning of the season, he kind of had a little bit of.
There was a time when that was a little bit of concern.
And maybe that wasn't his fault altogether. The snap combo, hold combo, all freshmen, right? But he hit a 47-yard field goal, a 36-yard field goal, and a 23-yard field goal. And that 47-yard field goal was supposed to be a 42-yard field goal. And then we had, I think it was a delay of game. It wasn't even wasn't a procedure penalty. And I just want to say, that guy has been so solid, so dependable from the right side, left side, down the middle. Well done, Miles.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Way to bring it and continue to just be awesome throughout this run from really just second half of the season on.
To be honest, that's all of special teams too.
Yeah.
Like special teams really from the punting to kickoff. Kickoff still, I'd like to see a few more out the back of the end zone, but it's improved exponentially this year, and that's awesome.
It's gotten to a point where I don't even think about it anymore.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where you want it to be.
That's where you want special teams to be.
Want it to be. You don't even want to think about it. It's a punt. There's I'm not thinking about anything that's going to go wrong here. I'm just all right. It may not be the best punt in the world, but I'm not concerned at all about the punt. Same with field goals. I have faith that Sandsted's going to hit it. And it's pretty windy. It looked like on TV anyway. That one, he had a pretty good kick that was with the wind or into a crosswind, and he nailed it.
He knuckled in that 47-yarder, and that was massive.
So one more. I got Sam Vidlac. He went 26 for 43, 242 yards. He had a touchdown and interception. And Sam was sacked 5 times.
5.
Those are your stats.
This game was a good rebound from Yale.
Agreed.
There's a lot to talk about on how I felt about the game and in our terms for a national championship matchup or against the Griz next week. How much of the faith did it restore? But I was really happy to see us come out and kind of come out hot, right? Was it 14-0 in this one?
It was 24-0 before.
Was it 24-0? Is that really what?
Right before they scored on us.
That's
half.
right.
It
was 24-0. So we jumped right on top of them right off the bat. But I remember also texting the way that the game was kind of playing out in the first half. It felt a little bit. We still felt a little bit lackluster and flat to me, like we did against Yale. And it's we were winning, but I felt like we were on their first drive. I know Vidlac overthrew his wide open receiver by a half a yard. That would have been an easy touchdown for Stephen F. Austin, 7-0. And then 1 or 2 plays later is when Kenny Iden got a strip sack and got the ball back. But they were still moving the ball, and it felt like the same team that showed up at Yale, but we were playing a team that wasn't as good as Yale for a minute, even though we were racing out to a 24-0 lead. It felt still kind of the same to me. I don't know if anyone else got that vibe or not.
I thought Stephen F. Austin's a pretty dang good team.
They are.
They are the number 7 team in the country.
Yeah. I just think I was just that impressed with Yale, I guess. Yeah. And I'm not taking anything away from Stephen F. Austin, who had a bunch of talented dudes and a bunch of speed and some extremely athletic defensive line, which was just destroying us for a while.
Had to wear them down.
There were so many handoffs where there was 3 guys in the backfield immediately after the handoff. Like, what are you supposed to do?
I was wondering about that. I was watching that yesterday. It's almost like their defensive linemen split the gap. And so they were doing something off the ball where they were somehow shooting into the backfield. And I thought that was pretty effective against us. We had 27 yards going into halftime on rushing this game. And Coach Vegan came on. It must have been the halftime little spiel he gives with the sideline reporter. He's like, they're like, hey, you only have 27 yards going in. He's like, he didn't seem very concerned about it. He's like, sometimes you have to use the pass to set up the run. Yep. And that is a distinct different approach the Bobcats have taken this year.
Because we can.
Yeah, under Sturbeck is last year and years before that, it's just been, we're going to get to 100 yards before halftime if it kills us. Yeah. And that's going to take 20 runs, maybe 25 runs even to get there before halftime. And Coach we're not forcing that right now. Now, did it pay dividends in the second half? Yeah, but also setting up the run, lining the box pays dividends as well. And I like it this way better than in years previous. And I know some guys are going to be like, oh, just run the damn ball. I get it. But
I'm seeing that all over Bobcat Nation in terms of the Cat Griz matchup. I'm like, I don't know if that's the key anymore, guys. Anyway.
Coach had a quote today where he said, you throw the ball to score points. You run the ball to win the game.
That's a good
quote.
I like that. That's good. I think it's really Lamson's accuracy has been what has really helped the Cats be able to move the ball when the running game isn't just so dominant anymore.
Because then you can open it up.
You can open it up, and then teams have to key on everything at some point. I've seen plenty of teams try and come in and stuff the run. I think Stephen F. Austin was really focusing on the run, and they were doing a great job on it, but Lamson made him pay. Because while our run blocking was not great, I thought the pass protection was really good. And Lamson had time to sit back there and find his guys, and Adam Jones on a little dump pass or whatever it may have been. How big was that 3rd and 20 dump pass to
Jones.
Adam Jones?
What a stiff arm too.
What a great run. What a great individual effort by Adam Jones. Like that was I think a relatively safe play call. That was probably a play call to let's get a big chunk of it back and make an easy field goal for ourselves kind of play call. And
special player.
Adam Jones stiff arms a defender, eludes another guy, and then bolts in the end zone. Because it was the first down line was at the 2. So it was 3rd and 20, yes. But it would have gotten us to the 2-yard line, and he squeaks in the end zone anyway. So 22-yard pickup for a touchdown on 3rd and 20 from the 22-yard line.
Yeah.
My son was like, Dad, why aren't you excited that they scored? It's like, I don't know, Miles. We had a great catch. Who was that? Was it Providence or was it Lincioni that came down with that ball?
Lincioni.
The Italian stallion. And then we continued to march backwards. I was like, oh my gosh.
That catch, I have seen so many other teams make that throw and catch, and it just seems to have eluded the Bobcats this entire year. We've come close. There's been a couple times where guys come up and almost come down with it.
Always, yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, we actually came up with a catch that every other team in America seems to be able to do. Yes.
Chris Long.
They're hard catches, but we just never do them. We never put the ball in the right spot for it. Was that?
Chris Long had one on a 3rd down across the middle too, where he reached out and caught it. And I'm like, gosh, we don't ever see that.
That was really high.
Yeah.
That was a high pass. And it had a lot of mustard on it too. Yeah. I remember exactly which one you're talking about. The Cats have not been dropping balls lately. Everybody's catching everything that's thrown at them.
It's wood. I just knocked on.
Chris Long hasn't dropped a pass in quite a while. I'll say what I want to say. I'll say it.
I'll say my complaint, frustration is when we get around the goal line, everybody knows it's Lamson time. I feel like he has something in his head right now where he's like, I'm just going to try to run the ball in. And he gets stuffed up the middle.
I'd be fine with that, except it always seems to be a read play that he just just took it and then if it was just I think it'd be better off if it was a designed QB run instead of the the fake, like I might hand it off. Like he's not gonna hand it off. He's gonna get crudged.
By the time he does that, there's 3 defenders in the backfield.
Yeah.
And
So just take the snap and just bowl up the middle.
yeah, tush push it.
That'd be more effective.
Well, quick question for you. Do you get a sense of dread when we get into the lower red?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It comes, it's like, oh man, we're going to
Inside
screw this up.
First and goal from inside the 5-yard line is not where I want to be, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Right.
Why should I be upset about being first and goal from the 4-yard line? Because I know we're going to go backwards on a
We have
false start.
2 power backs.
We're going to get stuffed on a Lamson keeper.
Yeah,
We have
that's going to be
2
the number
power
one
backs.
play. We're going
Yeah.
to get stuffed on the Lamson keeper, so it's going to go back
And then
3
we're going to go
yards.
false start on the next play.
Yep.
It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 15-yard line.
We always seem to get pinned
I'm pissed about it.
right at that 2-yard line too. Or like we'll have a great run, a great catch, and you're like, just get in there. No,
I know.
down at the 2.
I do have a sense of dread when that happens. Like it's becoming a pattern. That was not just Stephen F. Austin. That's been like an all year thing.
Makes me miss Derek Snell.
Makes me miss Sean Chambers
Yeah, well, that too.
or Travis Johnson. Travis Johnson would score a touchdown right there every time.
Fonse was the man at that spot too.
Just do a straight handoff to Davis or Jones. I don't know.
What we haven't
Don't
seen,
give Lamson the option of keeping it. Either design QB run with Lamson and bring a running back in for an extra blocker, or just give it straight to the running back.
Also,
Stop being cute.
that's peak hurt quarterback time. Like, we don't need to be doing dumb things running our quarterback up the middle.
Lamson doesn't get hurt. He just gets angry.
I know, but just like, why take the risk? Why do that? Why take those extra shots?
I don't think all year we've given it on the motion to Taco because he brings the motion, so they clear the middle.
We're saving
The
it
mic.
for Cat Griz. Part 2.
I'm like, Taco is
Like
clearly
Super Brawl.
faster than that Mike linebacker right there. Just give it to him. Just once. Please. Just give it to him.
Do the fly sweep to Lencioni again for all I care.
That was a sweet play.
Whatever we're doing now is just irritating me. So,
Yeah.
but then we also get too cute and then we get mad about that. So
That's true.
that's happened also because we can't figure it out. Because we can't figure out this first and goal from the 5-yard line thing. We just can't figure it out. Which is
You get this existential dread that just comes over you. You're like, first and goal, Montana State. You're like, ah.
And then you watch the Grizz just have like a running, like a wide receiver go in motion and then run along the goal line and then get hit by a yacht for like an easy touchdown. Like, let's just do that. That looks easy. Let's do that. I know they're 2 completely different offenses. I understand how football works, but
So, guys, there
why is
is
it such a struggle?
some stuff I want to talk about this game. The question to you I wanted to get to is, what is our defense going to do? How do we stop tempo? Because I think that's a thing Montana State's struggling with. When a team goes in tempo,
Fake an injury.
Call a timeout.
I just don't think we're getting in the call
Puke on the field.
to do anything outside of just say, okay, here's your front, here's your coverage. Go for it. Point in case there was a time, and I texted this picture to you yesterday, and I didn't get a response from any of you. It was 4th and 2. Stephen F. Austin brought this wasn't even Temple, guys. Stephen F. Austin brought in, Vidlac went out.
Quarterback.
The Wildcat quarterback came in, and they had one receiver. One receiver.
All right, I'll go look at it.
We were in a 4-man front. It was 4th and 2 from like the 46 or something like that. We were in a 4-man front, and we had not the dime package. It looked like our base defense.
It looks kind of like a 4-3
At that point, to me,
or a big nickel.
so
That's what we call
they're not spreading us out. They're not sending 3 wide, so we're not having to cover anybody. I don't get that call right there. Like that down in distance necessitates that you put 5 to 6 to 7 guys on that line, and they pick it up.
What guys do you put on the line? Do you put linebackers on the line?
Yeah, and then you roll into maybe like a 2 high coverage where it's just like a shell of a shell because there's really no outside threats. You have one receiver.
So I think on this, you just have your linebackers just blitz into a gap.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a. I think if you line them up on the line, then they audible into a pass. Where they're not that far off the line, they can easily crash in the line.
So hold on. Again, they had one receiver, so you play man on that receiver.
Yep, I would.
The guy goes in motion to take Cole Taylor out of it. So Cole Taylor, his job was to not the receiver. Cole Taylor's job was the middle linebacker. I was watching this yesterday. His job was to just basically follow the running back. So the running back motion out, Taylor's out. That didn't happen. There is no way a Wildcat quarterback should get 2 yards on our defense on 4th and 2 because we have 4 down linemen. I think that's unacceptable. That pisses me off.
I don't know. You're not entirely wrong.
Am I being nitpicky right now?
You're not being nitpicky. I just don't know if I'm smart enough to disagree or agree with you. Is really what it boils down to. It seems like an obvious thing what you're saying to me, but I also am not. I'm an armchair defensive coordinator.
I also I think into that game we had we saved 3 other drives would have ended, but they got bailed out by a face mask and 2 pass interference calls, correct?
Did you guys think that
yes,
4th down pass interference call against Carson Williams was legit?
It's hogwash.
Yeah.
I thought he got his head around.
You guys, it was minimal contact anyway.
It was minimal, and the ball was well short.
The receiver just kind of tried to jump around Carson Williams. Carson Williams wasn't even holding him or doing anything, and he turned around at the last second. It was pretty minimal.
And then the face mask that was away from the play was pretty.
They never even showed that on TV. I don't even. Yeah. They tried to because they couldn't find it.
Yeah, pretty mild as well, and it didn't even happen near the play. It was just a cornerback and one of the receivers getting slightly tangled up.
Yeah.
So, again, I have.
And then Julius Davis's penalty.
Thoughts about their officiating. I thought they were clapping almost every play, and you could see our players were getting frustrated. They called it twice on them, but our players were saying they are mimicking our signals.
Yeah, Lincioni got the second time he complained. I think they finally called it. That wasn't the first time that he got He was like, "What are you seeing? What they're doing?" He's going to the ref, and the ref just called a false start.
So
it's a stupid, smart tactic. Just do it until you're caught, and then do it till you're caught 2 times, and then stop doing it because it worked.
Was working
way more than it backfired. At the second time, then they're clearly on to you, and then you stop. I would do it until they catch you twice, which is pretty much what Stephen F. Austin did. And then I think they backed off finally.
The random thing was they were caught the very first time.
Yeah.
What's that?
They were caught the very first time. Number 22. Yeah, on their defensive line. The very first time they called false start.
I thought they were doing it for a while before they got the first flag.
Nope. I'm pretty sure. I went back and watched it yesterday. I was like, oh, they got called for the very first time. And I think it's called a delay of game, right?
Yeah. I think
it was a delay game on the defense for
delay game discerning signals.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Disconcerting signals, yes.
You're disconcerting.
Hey, let's talk about Julius Davis. Let's talk about what Thorny was saying. Peace sign going into the end zone. I love it.
No,
do more of it, man.
I am not mad about it.
Yeah.
No.
He didn't even know what he got flagged for.
Bring the juice.
So many people want him benched or kicked off the team for this. And I'm
lighten up, Francis.
Oh my gosh. I don't even think it was directly at the guy. He just kind of did it in a random direction. It's a playoff game. Oh, that irritates me. Guys should be able to do a little bit on the field. He wasn't do anything directly in the guy's face. The guy was trailing him. It wasn't. I don't even know if it's directed at him.
I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Every cornerback puts their sword, does a little celebration of putting the sword back in the sheath whenever they
The difference is there's during and after a dead ball. So there's the difference of those guys doing all that stuff. I mean, defensive linemen get up there and kick the air and do all this stuff too. Those are all after the play's over, though. Julius Davis' problem was he did that during the play. If he does that after he scored a touchdown, it's not a penalty.
What's more egregious, blowing a opponent a kiss while running past them, or a peace sign?
That thought crossed my mind too. So every Bobcat fan that was probably upset about Julius Davis's peace sign thing was probably applauding his little kiss goodnight thing against Weber State, which he became famous for. I bet you every single one of them that's all pissed about this was loving that. And they're basically the same thing. They're basically the same thing, except they got flagged for one of them. Also, Kevin Cassis got flagged for like flexing like twice.
Yeah.
I bet nobody was mad at Kevin Cassis for flexing on dudes. Everyone loved Kevin Cassis. Everyone's a little bit more irritable because of the whole Davis vegan thing last week. So they're already like, a short leash with Davis's antics, which that's a strong word. I'm just throwing that word out there. It's not a word I was necessarily agree with, but I don't know. That I have Julius Davis back, man. I want him to play, and I don't think he should be punished for it. And he wasn't, and I want him to play against the Griz.
This podcast is pro Julius Davis.
Yeah.
Bring the every juice. Sense.
I do wonder how, the Griz are going to be targeting that, though. Yeah. I can almost guarantee they're going to try and get under his skin. They're going to try and set off a Davis moment.
Mm-hmm.
So there is that piece of it that is a little slightly concerning.
100% they are. In the first Cat Griz game, in Michael Wortham's only touchdown, he did like what I could just describe as a sexual gesture as a touchdown dance. And I was like, if that's okay, and Julius Davis is giving.
Hey, all I'm hearing here is that Foley thinks Wortham's dance was sexy.
It was kind of gross looking.
Some tight pants.
I mean, I tried to do it in front of the mirror.
Again, though, this is an after the dead ball celebration is different than a live ball celebration.
I did not think they were going to call the touchdown back. I was like, oh, they're going to give us a personal foul. They're going to enforce it on the kickoff or something.
And it wiped one of the most BA runs I've seen from a Bobcat running back since maybe Lorenzo Davis's touchdown in Cat Griz 2010 or 12, whichever year that was. So that ruined like an amazing run, and everyone's focusing on that. But I was like, that he just went beast mode. That was a Marshawn Lynch run.
Yeah, Coach Fegan talked about that today in his presser too. Somebody, I think it was Victor, brought it up. Somebody had brought it up, and he was like, "Yeah, that was an amazing run." Coach Fegan said, and that was his like take on it. They were trying to get Coach Fegan to say, "Oh, Julius is we gotta rein that in." Coach wasn't having any of it.
He said he went right up to Julius after the play and like give him a hug.
Exactly.
I think that's the proper way to nourish the relationship and keep Davis on like a good path. Like if you go up there and punish him or get mad at him, then he's like he's in his head about it. But Vegan goes up and gives him a hug and says, like, man, I got you. I love you. Hell of a run. That's what you do. I think that's what you do.
No, right.
You need him. You need him to be fully ready to go for Cat Griz. You need him.
You treat players differently. And this is just me being a teacher. And I'm glad you brought that up. You discipline. Not everybody gets the same treatment. Not everybody gets the same discipline because not everybody handles it the same. And so if you come down on Julius Davis hard, you're going to get what you saw after Yale. What you just said, Ryan, is exactly perfect. You would probably make a good teacher because you seem to get that. Like discipline, how you handle that from student to student and player to player is unique.
Yep. And I think Vegan's good at that. He has handled some eternal things that the outside world has criticized and like this is a poor handling of it, but it's all turned out well because I think he knows what he's doing. And that goes some of the coaching things, some player things. I think he's handled most everything well because the program keeps churning and the culture is still there. So,
all right. Guys, I love watching the Cats play underneath the lights. It's one of the greatest joys of my life. We look so damn good. The gold popping with the lights shining on the helmet. The crowd. Man, it is such a beautiful, beautiful stadium.
What's your jersey combo go to for this week?
It's got to be the same. This is the best jersey combo we have. Gold helmets with the M on the side.
Don't do anything fancy for
blue
this
tops
just because it's the Griz
gold
again.
bottoms.
Do what you would have done if it was
No.
any other program.
It's just so tough. It just looks so good underneath the lights too. This game will
It's not
finish
the lights, though,
in the
unfortunately.
dark.
Will it? You think?
Yeah, it will.
2 p.m. will finish in the dark. What time's it get
Yes.
dark in Montana?
5. It's almost pitch black by 5.
Yep.
I guess that tracks because it's pretty dark here at 4. That makes sense.
The only other option I'd say is the blue pants. I like the blue pants, blue jersey, gold helmet. It's a good look.
It's not as good as the gold pants, though.
Okay.
That look that they brought out on Saturday,
It's the classic.
Friday, is the best.
It's the classics.
It's the best.
Well, it's a good segue into the Griz talk. Is there anything else we want to talk about on the Stephen F. Austin game before we get out of it?
Their coach was hilarious.
Yeah, he was good. I thought that it was a good bounce back game. This was quietly nervous about it going into Friday. I was like, we need to have this type of game. It never felt out of control. Hey, let's give props to Sam Vidlac, by the way. He's
got an arm, dude.
Yeah.
He's
Man.
got a major arm.
And his receivers did not help him sometimes.
And you go with Clifton McDowell over Sam Vidlac? What are you doing, Grizzlies? That's an indictment on your coaching staff.
That
right
is an
there.
indictment on your quarterback development. If you could not turn Sam Vidlac into like a winning quarterback at Montana, what are you doing? What are you doing? He was like the Southland MVP. He had 2 amazing seasons in a row down there. So and
that's what gives
honestly,
me a little
his
encouragement going
interception
against
was
Grizzlies.
not his fault.
No,
that's the brain power we get to go against right there.
The brain trust that is Bobby Houck.
Oh my gosh. It just no, he was a great quarterback. I loved watching him play. His arm talent. I don't think we've seen that arm talent this year, to be honest. It was the best arm talent I've seen. His corner throws when he made that touchdown and they were picking on Carson Williams in the corner.
Yeah.
Not many quarterbacks can throw it like that.
Those 2 or 3 throws he made right before the half to get them back in the game, I was like, good Lord.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk before we go off the game. How frustrating was it to go up 24-0 and then
lose the middle 8?
The middle 8.
That's my other. I only have a few notes on this game, and one of them is 2 easy, quick scoring drives back to back, one before half, and then the first drive in the third quarter because they got the ball back. I remember texting people at halftime because they got the 2-point conversion. I'm like, this could be 24-16 before we get the ball back.
Yeah.
And it almost was.
Yeah.
It almost was. They had a failed 2-point conversion to get it to 24-16. So it ended up being 24-14. But they almost made it a 1-score game on 2 straight drives. And it would have felt very different.
It feels like the last, since the UC Davis game, before then, I felt like we won every coin toss. And we have lost the last 4, and that's put our offense out there first. And sometimes it's sputtered, but we're not getting that chance, to kind of win the middle 8 because we're not getting the ball after half too. And these teams know they can go for the twofers.
The positive spin I have on this is that's been our MO all season, and it kind of got bucked against the Griz. We're still winning football games. We're winning in ways that we haven't before because we're a good football team, and that's what good football teams do. You might have this script you've had all season. This is what you've won the middle 8. You haven't given up hardly any points in the third quarter, and we have a couple games where that's the complete opposite, and we still win. But yeah, those were extremely frustrating. There's a point in this game where I was getting a little nervous. I know a lot of Cat fans that was a pretty good, convincing win. There were some dicey moments in this game where I'm like, I didn't think we were necessarily going to lose. I thought Stephen F. Austin might tie the game at points, though.
Thorny, you hit your saddle to Eeyore in the middle 8 for sure. Yeah. Every text message you got, you're like, whoa. It was Debbie Downer stuff coming from you.
Can you blame me?
No.
Can you blame me for them scoring 2 easy touchdowns?
But I need you to be a bastion of positivity once in a while. I need you to bring me out of my Foley walks going,
can only be one
I think we got this.
Pod.
You're like, here we go. Here it comes.
Very good nowadays, okay? That only 10% of my thoughts escape into the text messages anymore.
That's true.
I used to be way worse, and you have probably the text chat logs to back that up. I've gotten much better.
All right. Well, yeah, props to Sam Vidlak. He was emotional in the presser afterwards, and rightfully so. It comes to an end, and all of a sudden you look at it, you go, wow, football's done. That's got to be a sobering moment too. Guys, I think as we transition into the Cat Griz stuff, if you were to tell me back when this was released, the playoff brackets, I thought the Cats had an easier path going into the semifinals game than the Griz. I don't think I got that right because when I started comparing the teams, Yale is much better than I thought. And I thought Stephen F. Austin, they had some really, really, really good players. How many times did we hear, oh, that was a drop down from Baylor? That was a guy from Oklahoma. And you just look at the size and the speed on the lines.
They were like those old Sam Houston squads.
Yep, yeah. Exactly. That's a great comparison. Great comparison. Fast and thick.
They always have these guys that are like 6'5", 265, just shredded, not an ounce of body fat on them on the defensive lines that are always just hard to handle because they're athletic and they can move.
Yep.
And every Southland team in the history of ever always looks like that. All the good ones. They look like every other good Sam Houston State team that we've seen from the past.
And so for the Cats to put a 44-28 victory on them after coming off of a team that we've heard has one of the best offensive lines, that's coming from a defensive lineman that played against Yale. Gosh, guys, this was a great game for the Cats. This is a tough game, and we earned that one.
The fact that we could score that many points on a team that had a lot of success on defense the entire year. I mean, I have to be remiss if I didn't mention like their NFL potential cornerback missed the game. Charles Deming, he didn't play. And these things do matter. We can't just dismiss that one of the top 3 cornerbacks in the entire country didn't play.
Yeah,
that matters.
That does matter.
We still scored 44 points. We were able to get our offense going, even when they shut down parts of our offense. We still found a way to score points, and we made a team that was like top 5 in many statistical categories on defense. Like we just blew them out of their averages all over the board.
We tired them down,
and they finally ran out of gas. I think both teams ran out of gas.
So
looked like a lot of tired bodies out there in the fourth quarter.
Can I give you a comparison, Foley, of like you're talking about the playoff bracket and the Griz versus Cat path? Looking back at it now, Yale, that was like their first year in the playoffs. They have a miracle run to beat Harvard. They beat Youngstown, and now they're playing Montana State. So like these guys are in a point where it's like, oh my gosh, we're having the best season we've ever had up to this point. We're doing something we've never done before. This is awesome. They're super hyped to be there. And then we play Stephen F. Austin, and their coach Eddie goes, this is like the best team that they've had since like the 90s. Like this is the furthest they've gone since like the 90s or something like that. They
only won like one playoff game back in like 2009 or 10 or something.
They were talking about how special this season was and how this team's going to get remembered. And then like you think of the 2 South Dakota schools, and South Dakota State's like, we had kind of a crappy year. We got to go play Montana. And I guess we're kind of just happy to be in the playoffs a little bit. We got a new coach and nobody really expects us to be here. South Dakota, they go play a Mercer team that packed it in because their coach quit on them. And South Dakota goes in, plays, back-to-back road games, goes to Montana, and it kind of felt like, our coach left and we're in a rebuild a little bit. And we lost a bunch of guys in the portal and we outperformed what we were supposed to do. Nice work, guys. Like, there's just some mental stuff in there where I don't know if the 2 South Dakota teams really came to, objectively think they can win. And I think Stephen F. Austin and Yale both came into Bozeman objectively preparing and thinking they could win.
I don't know if I'd argue that South Dakota State went into Missoula thinking they wouldn't win.
They won it, but like they knew where their place was. They knew their injuries. They knew kind of Chase Mason wasn't 100%.
Yeah, they were definitely on a slide, and they were not the same team. But they also, a lot of the guys went into Bozeman and beat the Bobcats, and then we're going into a place against a team that lost to the team we already beat earlier. I mean, that's got to be a confidence booster. So I don't know. I don't like to be dismissive of 2 Missouri Valley football teams. Like, they weren't as hard as Stephen F. Austin is Yale, but I think
I'm just saying, like the emotional, like
sure,
the logic kind of side,
yeah,
might have played. Like that mental stuff plays a factor, especially in football. Like, are you here to win and go to a national championship and think you can win, or are you here to play a playoff game?
That's a good point. I don't know. I think both teams end up having not too terribly difficult paths to get to the semifinal in the grand scheme of things. I don't want to take any credit away from the Grizz because they look dominant as hell.
They've looked great.
They look very dominant.
However, you want to get in the game preview?
Yes, and I'm going to read that segment, and then I'm going to go get a beer and go to the bathroom.
Let's do it.
Because I can't go any further without either one of those things happening. So I'll do the read, and you guys can do whatever you're going to do. The game preview segment against the Grizzlies, Part 2, Super Brawl, Electric Boogaloo. It's brought to you by Madison River Brewing. Crack open Montana with Madison River Brewing. Inspired by the rivers we fish and the places we love, our beers are brewed for adventure, for friends, and for stories worth telling. Find Madison River Brewing wherever great beer is sold, or come straight to the source in our tap room on Frontage Road in Belgrade. Madison River Brewery, the Montana beer.
All right,
he
Zach.
wants you to ding the bell.
I don't ding it after that one.
All right, buddy.
So
Montana hasn't played a road game since like November 15th, and that was Portland State. I really want to know what the crowd and the factor of playing in a hostile environment, because they have played Idaho State, Weber State, Sac State, and Portland State. And Sac State's probably the most hostile environment they played in, and it looked like there was a bunch of Grizz fans there, and it didn't look that hostile to me on TV. What are your kind of thoughts going in? I mean, the game's in Bozeman. We don't lose in Bozeman. A semi-final road team has not won in the playoffs since 2016.
I mean, that gives me great confidence to think about. This game feels so huge in that terms. I think it's nothing but positives for Montana State. If you look at the Grizz and they've played 10 home games in good weather and 4 home games against lesser teams, or 4 away games in lesser teams. How much does it affect the Grizzlies? That's what I'm trying to wonder about. I doubt they crumble in it.
No.
But it could be that thing where it's like, it's kind of like how you set up the run throughout the game. You might not have a lot of success early on, but you keep at it. And by the fourth quarter, you're like, oh, I'm so tired of this. And that's when you make the hay as a team. The crowd could do that to the Grizzlies. It might not affect them right away, but if the crowd stays in it, they will throughout the game and just continues to wear on them. And you see this happening in Washington Grizzly Stadium, where the visiting team has a lot of juice at the very beginning, and they're like, okay, we're going to go for this. By the end of the game, they're like, I don't even want to be here anymore. We can do that to the Grizzlies.
Yeah. My other thought is you've got a lot of transfers on this team. You don't have very many people left from the 2023 team that played in a semifinal. So
that's a good point.
Advantage Bobcats when it comes to players who have played in a semi. I mean, most of our roster, obviously Justin Lampton, our quarterback, hasn't, but most of our roster played in the semifinal or had semifinal experience last year. And they just don't have a lot of that when it comes to the transfers they brought in and the guys they have currently in big roles. This will be the biggest game that a lot of them have played in, and it'll be new, uncharted territory for them. We also have another day of rest. Like we have another night, and they also have to travel here. So it's like a day and a half less of preparation.
Not much of a travel, but
who knows with what the weather is going to be this week? Like, could play a factor.
What did I miss? What did we cover? Give me some talk.
We covered away games for the Grizz. coming into Bozeman and kind of transfers.
How they've won like one road game in their entire playoff existence.
Well, they've only played 4 this season, and they've been against Sac State, Portland State, Weber State, and Idaho State. And none of those are really hostile environments.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like in their history in the playoffs, I think
they've won one road playoff game.
Yeah, I've seen so many Grizz fans talking about all the motivating factors of why the Grizz are going to win. Their revenge piece. They're playing with house money, which is a whole narrative I want to talk about too, because that's just stupid as hell to me.
About it.
Oh, I was talking about it right now. They went from basically after Cat Griz, they felt they were the better team. The bounces went the Cat's way, and they were just itching for a rematch, and the Grizz were the better team. But all of a sudden now they're these big underdogs, and they're playing with house money, and they got nothing to lose, even though apparently they were the better team just a few weeks ago. I find that little narrative flip kind of comical. I think they're just setting themselves up when they lose, that they're not too upset about it. Because like, oh, we were just underdogs anyway. We were supposed to lose. They are very confident. I think every single fan of either one of these teams should be confident. I can see why you'd be confident as a Grizz fan, and I absolutely see why you'd be confident as a Cat fan. So I get it, but the whole narrative, like this house money underdog, poor little Grizz against this Titan, the Bobcat thing, is little brother energy. Is what that is.
Little brother energy. It's eternal bragging rights.
Yeah, it's eternal bragging rights.
So I'm going to pump the brakes.
I'll be sad forever. I'll be sad forever.
Yeah, so that's the thing I kind of rail against, is this kind of like the meta narrative that this game somehow casts upon everything. No, I don't think it is eternal bragging rights, because I don't think this is done.
Fully, if we beat the Grizz and win a national title for the next 9 months, I'm going to be the most toxic fan you've ever met.
Okay, so
you will not.
Okay, I get that. But you said eternal, so 9 months is
the next
truncated
amount of time. On my tombstone, it will say, and the Grizz lost to the Bobcats and we won a national title.
Just hear me out.
I think what you're saying fully is this will probably happen again.
Yes.
Well, yeah. And that's the thing is,
because NDSU and South Dakota State have done it multiple times now.
The propensity of this happening again with the distilledness of the FCS as we see it
is very likely.
That is actually a slightly comforting thought, which I had actually not considered. So I appreciate that perspective on it. It is comforting that if we lose this game, we'll probably have another chance to do it again. I don't know. That had not occurred to me.
It does not mean a death spiral for either program.
No,
that is ridiculous. I've seen people on Bobcat Nation like, we're going to lose recruits if that happens.
No. Let's also take into perspective too that both these teams have had like incredibly great seasons.
Yeah.
Like it's awesome that, as much as we like to hate on the Grizz and they like to hate on us, it is awesome for the state and the state economy and the fan bases, to be honest, that we're in this position to play this game. That is a really cool thing.
It's going to be a special moment for Montana. It's two elite teams, two elite programs going against each other in a meaningful game. The consequences of which could be a national title for sure.
Is this the most important or biggest sporting event to ever take place in the state of Montana?
I mean, I know the other thing that people are talking about is the whole Dempsey boxing match. To me, it has to be. It has to be.
I don't know.
Everyone's going to be closed down in the entire state. People are going to be watching this game.
It's a little bit of recency bias. Maybe. I mean, there's no
pro events. So what would be bigger than the two biggest pro teams in the state going at it in the biggest moment in the history of the rivalry, which is undeniably true. There has been no bigger stakes.
It's the Super Brawl
for this game ever.
Huh.
That's not recency bias. That's just fact, I think.
I'd have to think about that for a little bit.
It is cool to think like from Scobie and Weibo to St. Regis and Libby. People are going to be watching this game like the span of like hundreds and hundreds of miles of separation.
Every little mint bar in Montana will have this game on TV.
Every little Lucky Lils.
Every Lucky Lils, every town pump. Do town pumps have TV? I don't know.
I think some town pumps will have some TVs.
It's been a minute.
Like just to think like what it's going to mean, and Cat fans and Grizz fans are going to get together all over the state to watch this game. It's cool to think about.
And I am eerily at calm or at peace with, like, even if we do lose, which I don't think we will, but like I'm at peace. It sounds awful, but I don't think it's gonna be that awful. It'll be insufferable for a while, but it's just not the end of the world.
See, I think that's where I'm at too. When Sunday came and I realized it was gonna be Cat Griz 2, there was a sense of peace that resided over me. I was like, that's weird.
Yeah. I felt
that's
the same
weird
way.
because
the entire week leading up to, I'm like, please don't beat the Grizz because I can't handle that. I can't handle it.
I think we were mentally like you were in the stages of denial of like knowing for the past 3 weeks that a rematch was coming.
it's good though. Like this is gonna be a great game.
They got some defensive backs back. Kion Loud's back for them.
Yep. They got Kyle Loud and the other guy
who's the other guy?
Yeah, it's dang it, I had it up earlier.
I didn't want to gloss over.
It's another linebacker or another cornerback.
So they got some secondary.
It's Kenzo Lawler, who's
Kenzo
a
Lawler.
Senior transfer from Utah.
Yep. So they got
neither of those guys played in Cat Griz, right?
Yep. They got 2 cornerbacks back that are 2 of their top defenders.
I mean, that's like us playing without like Jace McMillan and like Carson Williams probably.
Yeah.
Which would, I think it'd be okay, but it does make a difference. Like personnel at this level of football in particular makes a difference, and they're able to do more defensively with those guys because they trust them more in coverage, so they're able to send an extra guy to help with the rush defense. Now, what I think about is their games against the Dakota, the South Dakota schools. Neither of those teams had a running quarterback.
No.
So they still have to account for Justin Lamson's feet in a way they haven't yet. So that's a piece. Now, do you play? I think they've been playing kind of man coverage with those guys back. You don't like to play man coverage against a running quarterback because your eyes are facing the other way. Then Lamson gets to the line of scrimmage and everyone's like chasing a wide receiver down the field, and that's how Lamson gets 30-yard runs. So I'm curious how the Grizz come out, even with their 2 defenders back. Are they going to play zone or man?
Well, how healthy are those boys? That's another thing.
Loud played last week, right?
Yes, he suited up against us, but did not play. And then he's played the last 2 weeks. He's been out since like week 3.
And is it Lawler that is just coming back for the first time?
Yes.
This will be his first game back. And also, Elijah Tolbert, their linebacker, did not play against the Grizz. One of their starting linebackers, like the 3rd leading tackler on the team, 4th leading tackler on the team, despite missing the last couple games. He's back, 6'1", 232-pound senior linebacker. So they're getting some guys back. They're getting healthy at a good time. If you're a Grizz fan, you're liking that news.
Then again, the game is in Bozeman.
But on the flip side, we get sounds like Ryan Schlepp will be back.
Yeah.
Which I do think matters too, because he's a very good blocking tight end.
Sounds like we're very healthy.
Brock will, quote, find a way to play, quote, according to Brent Vigen.
Tatum Gray's going to be back.
Tatum Gray's going to play. I was listening to the other Grizz podcast, which is the Fight on Montana, I think.
That sounds right.
And I wish I had this in front of me. One of the guys is a former Grizz player, Villanueva. Remember him? He's a lineman.
Yeah.
He's one of the co-hosts. He said he heard Adam Jones got hurt at the end of the game.
Nope.
And I was like, I don't think that's true at all.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything about that happening.
Guys, everybody, nobody's 100% right now. Everybody's nursing something. We don't know. We probably know more about the Cats than the Grizz, but nobody's 100% right now. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
It's attrition this time of year. Who's the healthiest? And that matters sometimes, or which team can stay the healthiest, or who has the best depth. And I think the depth is one of the things I think the Cats have in spades over the Grizz.
Another thing I think the Cats have over the Grizz is their mentals. The way the coach approaches this game, I've kind of come around on. It's not the raw bash. Oh, it's just another game. When coach
And
talks
it's not
about
a Jeff
this,
Choate where it's the only game.
it's not Jeff Choate where it's the only game, because if it was the only game, we wouldn't be in this position.
Correct.
We would have lost to NAU and probably Davis along the way.
Yeah.
We would have beat NAU. We would have lost to Cal Poly.
Yeah. There it is.
That was a very Jeff Choate thing to do.
So coach said it today. I don't have it written down, but it was something to the effect of, we understand what it means, but we also have to balance that in playing at a fever pitch. So like going all out, but not going insane in the game.
Or the
Not being blinded by the moment, but playing to your absolute limit.
There is such a thing about being like overjuiced.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm curious if like
or Julius juiced.
I don't think that's going to be us, but I'm curious if like the Grizz are going to come in like overly juiced up to try to get revenge and, you know, how they've been playing the last couple weeks.
They're going to come in. They're going to try and get in our heads. They're going to be playing with Ellis money. They're going to come in and just, you know, they want revenge. That's a motivating factor. And I agree that is a big thing to hang your hat on as a Grizz fan.
Yeah.
I've just, everything I've listened to, so I listened to a little bit of the Grizz fan pod as much as I could handle. Listen a little bit of the other podcast I mentioned. And they both talked about all these motivating factors that the Grizz have. And nobody talked about how hard it is for anybody to win in Bozeman.
Yeah. Only
They're
two teams have done it in the vegan era.
Yeah. And nor has anybody done the play. I guess the Bison did in the playoffs.
Bison did in the playoffs, and it was overtime. Nobody's beaten us in regulation.
And I just think that is such an important piece, because from a fan base that totally understands how important their home field advantage is, they brag about it all the time, to be so dismissive of our home field advantage in a place they haven't won in a long time, and in a place they've recently been demolished. And they lost at home to us just a few weeks ago. And everyone is very confident that that's going to just flip. And both the guys on the other podcast, Fight On, they both picked the Grizz to win like 45-28, both of them.
Yeah. Right
around that score.
That is some mid-2000s Grizz believing right there.
Yeah, the hubris is back.
Yeah.
I won't say delusion, because I do think the Grizz, I'm the rational one, probably too rational sometimes. The Grizz can come in and win. They can easily win this football game.
They could win this game.
They are a very good football team.
Yep.
But they're not going to come in here and kick us around. That is not going to happen. I'm very confident that if they win, they win. It's not going to be 45-28. They're not going to win by 3 scores.
Gosh, I just want to jump all over these guys.
I think it's very possible.
Like, I think it's possible.
They have not.
This crowd is going to be
in a place like Bozeman this year. They haven't played hardly any road games, period. Yeah. As you talked about while I was on some errands. But it matters. It's a big deal. The place is going to be insane, off the hook. And it's going to be 95% Bobcat fans.
Probably like 97%, honestly.
How you handle adversity. What's the Mike Tyson thing? Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. Yeah.
I don't know, it just blows my mind that they're so knowledgeable about how big of a home field advantage they have, but they don't think that we have one. I think that's that big brother mentality they have, where they're just not giving the Cats credit that we don't have potentially the second best home field advantage in the FCS, maybe behind the Grizz. I might even admit we're behind them, but we have like the second best. It is a big deal, and they're just coming in here, and Ayat's never played here.
Yeah. Again, you want motivation. There's 30 years of motivation of Bobby Hauck quotes about Montana State.
Bobby Hauck did have a good press conference quote today.
What did he say?
Someone asked him about like all this stuff. Can you still find like joy in coaching and the day-to-day stuff? And he had a really good answer on it. And actually, I was the most human and likable Bobby Houck has ever been in his entire life. And I feel kind of, I'm going to take a drink of beer to wash out that taste I just had for giving Bobby Houck a compliment. Swig some beer in my mouth.
All right.
But it's pretty good. I recommend go listening to the quote. It's on the Griz fan pod. We posted it from Sean Rainey.
Oh, yeah.
He had a good quote.
Speaking of which, what did those fellas say?
I mean, they all think they're going to win. I think they're going to win. I didn't listen to as much of them. But again, as they didn't give any sort of credit to it's hard to beat the Cats and Bozeman, period.
Yeah.
No one seemed to think that was a big deal. Just the revenge factor.
Yeah. That's a big factor. The revenge factor is, if we were in their shoes, we would be touting that as well.
Yeah. I just think objectively, if you step back, which position would you rather be in? The Griz position or the Cats position? I think most people would pick the Cats because we're at home.
It's a home game.
It's a home game. And we beat them on the road. I mean, that just... And I heard lots of it's hard to beat the same team twice. Well, we haven't had a very hard time doing it.
No, it's been pretty good.
We're 2-0 in these
NFL teams do
rematches.
it all the time.
Yeah, happens constantly when you're playing division rivals twice. I don't think it's that hard. I think people have done research on Bobcat Nation to show that statistically it's actually not as hard as you think. So, I don't know.
All right. Is that enough Griz talk?
Well, some parting thoughts on for me as I come back to the microphone. The line of scrimmage. We always hear this is where the game is won. I like our offensive line versus their defensive line. I like our defensive line versus their offensive line. I like how Kenny Iden and Zach Cruz are playing lately. Can't tell me Kenny Iden's not going to be a man possessed on Saturday night.
Yep.
Yeah. Or Zach Cruz.
Last game in Bobcat Stadium.
You're telling me Zach Cruz doesn't want that game either?
Right?
You don't think he's not going to get to IOT? Come on.
So I actually think last time the Griz did a decent job against the pass rush.
Yeah.
I think the Cats can do better than they did last time in getting to IOT.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of roll IOT out of the pocket a little bit more than they did. I think the Cats are going to come after him, and I think they're going to win some more matchups that they did not in Missoula.
I like it.
What are your keys? Let's end on that. What are your keys to victory on this one?
Don't get dink and dunked to death like we did. Don't get, paper clipped or paper cutted.
See, I think that's exactly what we do. I think we let them paper cut us.
That's my worry is seize up the paper cutting. Stop doing that. Establish run dominance. And if it's not working in the first half, it's, do what you've been doing. Like if it's a boxing match, get those body blows in the first couple of rounds, because in the later rounds, those are going to be knockout punches. And we saw that in the first matchup.
See, I think we do let them dink and dunk us. I think that is the key to victory because that limits the explosives, and the Griz live on explosives. And the more impatient they get with these stupid little 4-yard out routes, the more likely they are to force something down the field and make a mistake.
Yeah. So
I think it's make them patiently move the ball down the field, which is not what they want to do.
Yeah.
So as annoying as it might be to watch, I think it's what you do. I think you just don't let them have the big plays, period. And that's the Griz are too good on offense to shut them down. So you have to kind of, I think if you take away the big explosive plays, then you have to kind of live with the little dink and dunks.
If you do that, our defense will then be largely base in a shell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't see that we do much different on defense.
As long as our offense continues to score, if we can matriculate our offense down the field,
which I think we can.
If we're matching points or we're up a score, we continue to do exactly what we did in Missoula on defense.
I don't see them scoring more than 28 points.
I think there's an opportunity for us to avalanche these guys with momentum and some big plays.
And a Caden Dallard pick because you just know what's coming.
There's
this game come down to special teams.
Distinct possibility that this is a very close game. I don't think this is a runaway game for the Grizzlies. I could see them winning by by 10 points.
Yeah. That's
But Montana State could win by 21 points or more. And that would be the funnest night in Bozeman maybe ever.
We've seen it before.
Yeah, it would be pretty great.
Every single time they come to Bozeman since Chris Murray was quarterback.
Yeah.
Then you play the Moni with underneath a minute left. The crowd erupts. And then it goes to 0. And then
Dixieland Delight comes on.
What's that?
And then Dixieland Delight comes on because we're going to Nashville.
Oh, man. I can't wait. What a moment. What a moment that would be, right? Holy cow. I want it. So let's go get it. That sounds like that's a good moment to transition on.
Oh, I got a few keys and thoughts to end on too. Okay. I didn't get to say mine, man. I didn't get to say mine. I asked about what everyone's were, but I didn't say mine. They're quick. Don't worry. I do think I got 4 things written down. Home field matters for both teams. We have it. They don't. I think the Cats are a deeper team. I think that matters. Mm-hmm. We limit their explosive plays, make them grind, and we don't lose the turnover battle because they're opportunistic. We're opportunistic. If it's even, we win. We don't have to win the turnover battle. We just can't lose it.
Yeah.
And I think they'll make the mistake before we do. I trust us to make less mistakes turning the ball over than I do the Grizz. I don't know. I feel confident about it, and that's now we can transition.
Name that cat time.
Name that cat. All right. Thorny, you are leading Zach 12-10. This is where this is going. This could end up in a tie.
This, right?
This could end up in a tie. This would be great. or Ryan could win it right here. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Oof. A little bit different. I'm only going to read height, weight, class, hometown. High school.
Okay.
All right. Height, 6'3". Weight, 188. He's a sophomore, and he's from Alexandria, Minnesota. Is this Miles Sandstead, Jacob Trimble, Bryant Meredith, or Taden Gray?
What are the options again? Wait, how tall was he?
6'3", 188, sophomore, Alexandria, Minnesota. Sandstead, Trimble, Meredith, or Gray?
The other guys aren't. They're all below 6 feet.
I didn't think about that as much. Did you
That's
remember?
my only saving grace. All right, Trimble's from Texas. I knew that. I could not remember where Taden Gray was from, but he's not 6'3".
Miles in Minnesota got it for me.
Did you?
It was literally a what am I thinking of? What he did? You reduce it down to like what am I thinking? What's the phrase? I've had 3 beers. Process of elimination.
There you go.
There we go. I did it. Said it.
So Zach, you remembered that Sandstead was from Minnesota?
Yes.
I did not for some reason.
I had no idea where Sandstead was.
Isn't he Vegan's nephew?
No, that was our punter last year. Big long dude. Why can't I remember his name?
I don't think so.
Brandon Hall?
Brandon Hall, yeah.
Brandon Hall was
cousin?
Yeah.
Nephew?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, that makes sense. He's tall.
I thought it was Sandstead.
No.
That didn't make no sense.
Is that why Hall came here?
Hall is from
Texas.
Texas.
So, yeah. Yeah.
Well, he played in Texas, college ball, but where is he from originally?
I'm pretty sure it's Sandstead.
Give me another Bobcat that's from Minnesota.
Ty Okada.
Yep. Do you have another one?
Lewis Kidd.
There you go. Good job, Thorny.
Which
Thorny
is-
with another point, Zach. Just joking.
Yeah, give me an extra point.
Hey.
Hey, I feel like you've skewed this very much in favor of Zach. I got 2 of your little Minnesota questions. I should get a half a point.
Half a point.
I'll take a half a point because that's a 2-score lead. 3-score lead.
Zach, give it to us. Levere's locks. 2 games.
All right, guys, we had a little pep talk before. After this weekend, Thorny 34-30-2, Foley 33-31-2, and myself 34-30-2. Thorny
Because I picked Nova, right?
and I are tied.
You bitches.
Correct.
Am I a half game back?
Yeah, you're a game back.
Okay.
So you're 1 game back. Me and Thorny are tied.
How's that even possible at this point?
Like, it's insane. Like, the fact that we are all this close. And there's quite a bit of difference. Like, it's not like we're all picking the same games every week.
No, we're either all really smart or all really dumb. I can't.
We did start out all being like super, like a bunch of wins with very few losses, and the losses have caught up to us the last couple of weeks.
Well, the out of conference stuff is pretty
Yeah.
easy when teams are playing D2s and whatnot, or teams are playing like big time FPS
That's true.
programs.
All right. Montana, or I'll say that. Illinois State goes to Villanova. Villanova is 2.5 point favorites.
Give me Nova, baby. I'm on the Nova train.
Taking the Redbirds.
They can't keep doing it on the road. They just can't.
You can't keep getting away with this.
Can't keep getting away with it.
I'm going to go Illinois State.
All right, boys.
All right,
Good
boys,
game.
here it is.
That's how I just won. I
Your
just won. Thank you.
Montana State Bobcats take on the Grizzlies of Missoula Junior College.
Cats by 100. Give me the Cats.
Go Cats.
I'm joking about the 100 thing. I'm not joking about giving whatever the spread is.
-3.5. Go Cats.
That's all piece of cake. Piece of cake.
Was 5.5. The line has moved.
Is Foley going to do it?
Yeah. Go Cats. I'm taking it. Taking the win and the
Yes,
points.
okay.
Let's go.
There we go.
Taking it.
There we
I
go.
told you I felt good about this game.
All right.
I'm at peace with it, brother.
At peace.
Peace. Zen.
All right. Golden Coolies.
Foley's gonna like run away to like a Buddhist monastery at some point in his life and just be like, I have found inner peace.
No, he's not. He's way too grumpy old man.
Bobcat tranquility.
Way too grumpy.
He found peace on one thing, and everything else he's gotten more grumpy.
I don't believe that at all.
You're not more grumpy as a human being than you were 15 years ago. I don't believe you.
I'm pretty. Actually, I think I'm more even keeled than I was 15 years ago.
Good. I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you.
Thank you. I've gotten better with age, Thorny.
Except for that mullet.
I love my mullet. All right. I got a little bit of a criticism from Prodigal Cat. He says, at Common Cat, I have to take exception with your displeasure of the defense and the way it's been called and putting Howe not on the hot seat, quote, but we are the number 1 or 2 defense in the Big Sky in nearly every metric. If it wasn't for the defense pitching out a shutout over the 3/4 of the Yale game, the Cats do not win. So this is on the heels of the Yale game. This was pre Stephen F. Austin. The second score was the offense putting the Cats in a bad situation. Okay, yada yada yada. Why would we dramatically change the way we play defense in the playoffs?
We wouldn't.
Yeah.
I think it's been more frustrating to watch because the opponents have been better.
So Ryan, you said something that resonated with me just about 5 minutes ago. You said, let them paper cut us to death. And sometimes I feel that is a good analogy for somehow our defense is playing at this point. Is I think our defensive coordinator has such confidence that we will get home once in a while and our back end coverage will be as good.
Yeah. Or that they'll make a mistake.
Or that they'll make a mistake that sending a blitz here and there is not in vogue with us for some reason. Like the announcers, the ESPN announcers always say it. They're like, yeah, if the Cats send a blitz, it's some sort of exotic thing. It's not something we do. And I'm starting to believe after how many games we've had now that this is just by design. Like we just are going to play what we play because it works. It may not be sexy, but it can be because once in a while you'll get the Kenneth Iden rip sack. Yeah. But it's not Carson Williams coming off the end on a corner blitz to line up the quarterback. And that's something I like.
Yeah. It's not going to force like a bazillion 3-and-outs or to get tackles for loss piled up. So it isn't sexy. It keeps everything in front of you and it maximizes your opportunity for the other team to make some mistakes here and there.
Yeah.
And that's played out.
Do you think the Cats defense is playing as good as they were middle of the season?
I think the competition's just better.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I agree the competition's better. My instinct is to say we're playing not quite as good, but I'm not sure that's correct. I think the quality of our opponents has got up substantially.
We were eviscerating opponents. We were just going 3-and-out all the time.
Yeah, we were. But if we were playing like a Yale every single week, that wouldn't be the case.
Okay.
I don't know. Our strength of schedule was bolstered by Oregon.
Yeah. And South Dakota State. A lot of two team in the country for a while.
And in reality, we played a lot of really easy games.
Okay. Transitioning blue and gold blitz saves you, Thorny. He says at Celtic Cat, don't tell Foley he can't drink pale ales. Are you nuts? Since Foley stopped drinking pale ales, we beat the Griz in Missoula for the first time in 7 years, and DSU lost in the second round. It's obviously working. Change nothing.
I read that and I was like, yeah, my bad.
Hashtag no pale ales.
Thank you for ignoring me fully and just saying like, no, Ryan.
Well, I did a reply to Prodigal Cat. I said, I might agree with the Cats don't need to blitz, at least as heavily. But to the degree Bobby Daly did is what I'm looking for. If our
it would be nice to do it more.
Yeah. If our secondary can cover, what's wrong with bringing one more? You hear Coach say it every Monday, the need to disrupt the quarterback. As Zach said on the last episode, we haven't been getting home as much.
Well, we got 5 sacks against Stephen F. Austin.
Yeah. That's right.
And basically doing what we've been doing.
Yeah.
It didn't look much different defensively.
And the Grizzly offensive line is not as good as the Yale offensive line. Come at me. That's just facts.
That's facts.
That's facts. All right. Let's see. Our friend D-Rec asked for help. He said, well, it's clear as tonight, repeated for F's sake.
Went on the Foley walk.
He's like, wife's upset. Please help. He said, you might have to pull some extra chores. Let's see. Our friend Roger says, how many of our false starts on Friday do you think were due to the disconcerting signals?
All of them next.
Yeah.
All of it.
I don't know if that's true. I want it to be true, though.
Do you think the Griz...
We don't have a history of have false starts all season or anything.
No, his second question, better question, do you think the Griz do the same thing?
No, I don't think they do. What the Griz do is shift suddenly at the last second. Their entire defensive line will shift.
That's called stemming.
Yeah, and that's how they try and get you offsides.
Yep. Which
is slightly more classy than just clapping.
Do you remember when they used to do the barrel roll? When Ty Gregorak used
to have them do the forgot about that. They'd have guys rolling around.
It's like
monkeys in a barrel just rolling.
I forgot about that. I haven't seen a defensive lineman roll in some time. That's funny. That made me laugh out loud.
Okay. Steven says next week's national championship, the Natty, and then the Natty. That's just the field trip to go pick up the trophy. I don't know,
No,
Steven.
That comment made me laugh, but now
it's
he's
a funny
still gonna show
comment,
up.
but
After what happened last year, it is most certainly not a field trip to pick up a natty. Go whoop ass of whoever is in Nashville.
I think the Cats would have the best advantage in the national championship over anybody because we've been there more than anybody left in the field.
Gosh,
We
and
would
against
have the
Villanova,
knowledge of it
Illinois
and the
State,
experience. What's that?
stadium's going to be like 75% blue and gold
Yes.
in Nashville.
It's going to be 75, 80% Montana school A or B
Yeah.
over whoever's playing there. And 75% might be lowballing it.
Yeah.
Vim says, should we even show up to play? The earthquakes when every Grizz player gets off the bus due to how incredible each of them are. A perfectly built football team that has no weaknesses.
None.
And definitely did not lose at home this year because of a game that actually didn't count due to circumstances out of control and being outgained, and giving up a 7-minute drive to go beat definitely did not happen in their run defense. Won't still be an issue. Passive aggressive, are we, Vim? I love it.
Pour that sarcasm into my veins. I love it.
I love when Vim gets on his little horse and just starts laying it out because he's such a respected poster, and it's so good.
I love him.
The shit talking coming from their side, from the team that lost, that has to come here is honestly, I shouldn't be surprised, but it's surprising.
Hey, I feel the same way as a Rams fan.
Yeah.
We beat the Seahawks a couple weeks ago, and Seahawks are like, "Oh, we're gonna beat the snot out of you next time." Like, but you just lost. I feel the same thing as a Cat fan and as a Rams fan. I feel the same thing from our rivals, and where the loss wasn't really a loss. Next time is going to be way different, boys.
I'm not seeing it from Cat fans. Just the shit talk right now. Like,
well,
I'm seeing
they're feeling pretty good about themselves.
I feel the Cat fans are mostly responding to the hubris from the Grizz at the moment. There's a lot of Grizz crap all over the social media.
Like, I feel like we're quiet confident right now. It's at our place. Like, you guys have to come here. We'll see how it goes on Saturday.
I don't know. I agree. The Grizz fans are definitely much more vocally confident. That doesn't mean Cat fans aren't confident.
When we win, do we take the trophy and parade it around the field again, even though it wasn't on the line?
That'd be hilarious. Because if the inverse happens, they can't.
Yeah.
That's I like that a lot.
They just race into the BAC.
Just race into the BAC.
There's a team they have a team ready of student volunteers ready just to pick it up.
All 12 student volunteers.
Yes, all 12 19-year-old women, girls that can barely lift anything. Get them out there.
K-Cat says, will this be the shortest travel distance for a semifinal game?
Probably not. I mean, 90% of the teams in the FCS are on the East Coast. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Delaware and Villanova have to be closer.
Yeah.
The one giant city over there.
Stephen again says, if the Cats win this, you can pretty much flush the little brother moniker. Heck, the streak may not even hold water anymore.
Yeah.
I flushed the little brother moniker years ago.
Yeah.
And if you're out there as a Cat fan and you're still like arguing or believing that we're the little brother, it's not true. It is not true. And by any metric other than what happened 40, 50, 60, 70 years ago. That's it. That is it. We are a bigger university. Enrollment wise, we've had much more success in almost every single major sport in the last 5+ years. It's not debatable who's big brother right now. Sorry, it's not. Next question.
Do you think the little brother thing just lives in our generation?
You mean in the mindset of Cat fans?
Yeah.
Well, for me personally, it's not, because and this is a story I've told on the podcast several times. I was not really a Cat fan until I started going to college in Montana State in 2001, 2002. So I was not like a Cat fan during the streak. So that doesn't live inside me.
It's kind of like the guy who was popular in high school and now sees his friends be more successful than him. And he's like, remember how popular I was in high school? That's how I feel like the Grizz fans are with this little brother narrative of, oh, you're our little brother. And it's like, no, we're not. That was so long ago.
Yeah. So Zach, you go to school.
Like that.
So you're in school over at Montana State. Does an 18-year-old, 19-year-old think about this? Would they even know what the little brother thing?
No, zero chance.
Exactly.
Zero.
There's a generation of people born and raised and attending school that have seen the Bobcats win more than they've lost to the.
I hate to break it to them, but like just about every person I go to school with was born after the streak ended.
Yes.
Like they're all like 03, 04, 05.
Mm-hmm. That means they grew up, if they're Montanans, they grew up coming of age right around when McGee.
Yeah, and Choate.
McGee and Ash in those good years we had in the Choate years. Like it's been since 2010.
Choate was 10 years ago at this point, guys. Like,
which is bonkers. Don't say that to me now. That's worse than you saying the other thing.
Feel old.
I don't know. It doesn't feel like I legitimately say this. I don't even argue anymore. Like there's the little brother thing's gone.
Yeah.
And if the Grizz fans are saying that, I don't even bother wasting my time on that because it's not even worth arguing because this is not even true. They're just grasping at straws.
Yep. I just think it's just has a timestamp and it just travels with a certain group of people outside of like Zach's crew or Zach's crew, his contemporaries at Montana State. Like, I don't think they would even know that term.
Yeah. The only thing little brother anymore is in the minds of fans who continue to act like little brother.
And Grizz fans who still own VCRs and watch games from the 90s and early 2000s.
Don't you diss on VCRs now.
I'm dissing on them.
Don't you dare. I don't have one. I do not have one.
Yeah, I mean, Joe Bobcat says, those two things have been in the toilet for a long time.
I agree. And you should, as a Cat fan. Anyone listening to that is like still thinking otherwise, even if you don't admit you're thinking otherwise, it's in your psyche. Let it go, man.
Let it go. All right, man. That's it from Bobcat Nation.
Got some on Twitter. Not too many. Not too anything.
Not too many to answer. A lot of trolls.
Tubbs at the Club, the Idaho Vandal podcast asks us, who should they root for in this game?
I said the refs.
I mean, you got to root for the Cats.
Yeah.
I mean, the Grizz and the Vandals are bigger rivals, and they piss
you guys
each other
have
off.
A trophy with the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have a trophy.
You should root for your rivals to lose. Otherwise, they're not really a rival. Or, what are you doing? You can't call yourself a rival of the Grizz and then root for the Grizz in Cat Griz Part 2.
Yep.
Easy answer. Gus, who puts out tons of cool concept stuff on
Twitter. Great helmets.
Yeah, really awesome. Your thoughts on the impact potential inclement weather would have on both teams and which team is better suited for fair weather versus foul weather?
I think we're more suited with our run game for foul weather.
I think
they would have a real problem if they couldn't throw the football.
Yeah.
That kid from Hawaii,
I guess.
You mean?
He has nothing to... I mean, he's been in Montana long enough that he's acclimated. I would not say that him being from Hawaii isn't a factor on anything like this. But...
it's a factor.
Well, where's Lanson from?
California?
Is that any different than being from Hawaii?
Well, he's from like Tahoe area, I thought.
Unless you're from, I guess there's parts of California that, but
it gets cold.
I don't know. He's like a third year Grizz player by now. You're used to Missoula by now. You played in Missoula. I don't know. I do think the brand of football the Bobcats play probably does better in bad weather. In fair weather, I think it's equal footing. Everyone's happy in fair weather. Yeah. It was fair weather in Missoula 3 weeks ago.
It's been nice weather all year long for all of the games.
Stay nice because I'm traveling to Bozeman, so don't be a turd. Right. This is a question I've seen asked all over the place. They asked it on the Grizz Fan Pod. Mike Farrago1 on Twitter asks us, hypothetically, if the stadium held as many people as needed, What would the attendance for the game be for this weekend?
45,000.
That's where I land too. I land like mid to upper 40s, 50 capping it.
So it's like if it was free access, just like come.
If we had like a 60,000 player stadium in Bozeman, how many people would show up?
I think if you sold reasonable tickets and there was availability, you could get 45,000.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, there's crossover. There's like some fans are only at one or the other that kind of go back and forth. I just don't think that Montana can put up more than 50.
No.
It's crazy. Like, Ohio State has 80,000. Michigan has 100,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other states also have like 10 million people.
Yeah. Good point. That's a good point.
Percentage of the people in Bobcat Stadium and Griz Stadium every week as opposed to the population of the state, it's got to be bigger than any other mini FBS programs.
Backup question. How big do you want the expansion to get?
28 to 32,000, anywhere in that range.
28 to 32,000. I'm down
25. I want 25.
Same.
I think 28. I think 28 to 32 is a perfect sweet spot.
I think we can fill it.
Yeah.
But we got to keep that demand hot, though. You can't expand too quick and outdo the demand.
But I don't think that
demand
does.
Hot. What's that?
I don't think that does.
I don't know, 8,000 more tickets or 9,000 more tickets that's a lot. Percentage wise, especially.
Yeah. I still ticket prices are crazy. I think we could do it.
Bozeman's not that big yet. Bozeman would have to gain another probably like 30,000 people in order to fill that pretty easily.
Dude, I'm telling you, since I moved here 2.5 years ago, the amount of places I drive by that weren't even there. Like, it is amazing how many subdivisions have popped up.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, this place is just exploding in popularity. And not just here, like just little pockets of areas are also exploding.
Yeah. All right.
John Oljar, Oljar, and this is for you, Zach. What common traits do Oregon and Griz fans have that make them so annoying?
Oh, God, they love to talk about their stadium and how loud it is.
Yeah, how loud the stadium is and all those national championships they haven't won.
That's a good one. They love to talk about their streak against their rivals that ended 10 years ago plus.
And both the mecca of their respective divisions of football.
Yeah.
And they both had a big daddy donor.
I mean,
to get things done.
Their towns are very similar too.
Yeah.
If you're into the certain plant smoking variety, both towns are pretty good at that.
Tobacco?
Nope.
So yeah, I thought you'd be best equipped to answer that one because
there's my polite
Husky
responses. I could go deeper, but I won't.
And then there's two trolling ones.
Yeah.
I will read one of them because it's a new guy. I don't know him. The other guy has been around forever. He annoys the hell out of me, so he's just obnoxious. So we're not going to give him airtime. Brawl of the Wild Man. Is this the most tense Bobcat fans' buttholes I've ever been? I'm planning on bringing a mobile drywall company to Bozeman for the next few weeks if anyone wants to book their appointment now. We don't have to answer that. I just wanted to read it. What do you think, Foley? How's your butthole?
I told you I feel oddly calm about this.
Does that mean your butthole is loose? Is that the opposite of a tense butthole? Is that the opposite of a tense butthole?
I'm not worried about my sphincter right now. Is what I'm saying.
I checked your 401k since last time. Fully got a colonoscopy.
My butthole is as
prostate
normal.
Exam. Butthole clench levels normal.
Oh my gosh.
I regret asking that.
This is what happens when we go.
I regret reading the
hours.
tweet. I regret everything that just happened. Is there anything else we want to talk about? That's all I have on Twitter.
I regret
I
reading the tweet.
I don't see
It's our
any
first pod
other...
over 2 hours.
Austin Wardlow just says, hands down, whether you're a Grizz fan or a Cat fan, we can collectively can't deny how spoiled both our teams have made our state and fan base this season.
Yeah.
I did ask for like comments, just besides questions. So it's worth reading. That's a nice comment, Austin. We have a good Montana as a football state and a state that matters. The games that are played within the state, pretty top notch.
It could be like Rhode Island.
It could be like Villanova. They're having like a good run right now, and nobody cares. Because nobody cares in Pennsylvania about Villanova's football team. Basketball, yes.
I'm excited to see the ratings on ABC.
I think that'll do pretty big numbers. It's going to be on primetime ABC. Cat Griz is kind of a... If you don't know much about the FCS, you probably know about Montana State. So I think people might tune into that one. I don't know what we're competing against. I haven't looked at the schedule for other football games, but I think it'll be some pretty good numbers.
It's going to be off the chain, guys.
Do we want to pick a winner? Not the butthole.
I was going to say.
Let's see. Anything that stood out for me?
Nothing on Twitter does it for me. So something on Bobcat Nation.
I like the one about the stadium capacity.
I can get behind that. Nothing on Bobcat Nation is standing out to me as well. Who's the dude? Thorny? What's his name? Stadium capacity guy?
Oh, that was me. That was Twitter. That was Mike Farrago. One.
Right. Good job, Mike. Woo!
Farrago. I don't know how to say that name.
It's been a couple weeks since I've sent out a
Farrago. Sorry.
Golden Coolie. I'm happily do so.
Okay. I'll reach out to you, Mike, and we'll get it handled.
Right.
His only thing on his profile at all is a retweet of Alex Singleton from 2023. So
isn't that the
good Bobcat fan, clearly.
Who's fan with the Grizz Fan Pod? I think he's a massive Cat fan, but he lives in Missoula.
Mike?
Yeah.
How do you know that?
Because they've talked about him before. They do a Bobcat bet with him every year.
This Mike?
Yeah.
The guy on Twitter with no profile picture and 29 followers?
Sounds familiar.
Okay. All right. Well, as long as he's a Bobcat fan.
All right.
Anything else on this episode? You nailed it, Zach. You said this.
I told you. I said
when you said 2 hour.
We do 2 episodes this week or one long one.
Well, 1 hour went by really fast. I looked up. I'm like, it's an hour and 3 minutes already. Oh my goodness.
So that's what we used to do. We used to give 2 episodes during these type of weeks. Who knows? I know Thorny said he might be out on Thursday. Zach, if you and I just need to get on and talk it out a little bit more, maybe we have more of the feels.
If you can remember how to edit. Actually, I can release something on Thursday, but I'm going to be going to bed so I can get up and go to Bozeman on Friday. So
we'll adjust and give the people a new butthole clench metric.
A little meter.
A little meter by Thursday.
How's your sphincter doing? Rate your sphincter.
Brought to you by Bozeman
Health. Bozeman Deaconess Hospital.
All right, boys, let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here. I'm excited to be going to Bozeman. So hit me up if you want to have a beer or whatever while I'm in Bozeman. That'd be fun. This is Thorny, by the way, if you haven't known that by now. Find us on Twitter, our CatCast. You can find us on the bobcatnation.com under our Golden Coolie recurring thread. You can find us on rrcatcast.com. You can email us at rrcatcast@gmail.com. One more time for Cat Griz. Let's go. Let's get out of here. Go Cats.
FTG, go Cats.
Go Cats.